this mum notices a bit of hardness on her breast. So she's been using the updated treatment protocols and it has never developed into mastitis. So the treatment works.
Kia ora everybody, thanks for coming and having a listen to our chat today. I'm Jenny and this is Alicia, and we're working with Breastfeeding NZ to provide some talks on topics that you guys, breastfeeding mums out there would like to know about. So if there's other topics that you would be interested or want to know about, then let Breastfeeding NZ know and we can have a look at that as well.
All right, so who are we? We are Te Rito Ora Community Breastfeeding and Nutrition Advice. We are located in Counties Manukau. So we work in the community of South Auckland to deliver breastfeeding and infant nutrition advice from pregnancy through to age 2. And that encompasses any and every which way there is to feed a baby, really, from pregnancy through to age 2. So we do breastfeeding support, but we support and give information and advice with feeding no matter what it looks like. So bottles or mixed feeding, tubes, cups, syringes. We do starting solids talks as well as community cooking classes. We at events. We do all sorts, but we're really excited to be here today to do this virtual session with you guys.
So we'll get started. We're talking about mastitis and the spectrum of conditions that lead to or are part of mastitis. There's a new protocol came out last year, and following on from a lot of research that was done over in the States and around the world. And the information that what we know is that this mastitis develops from some of these conditions and or just appears itself as well. So it's inflammation in the breast is what we know. So starting from hardness in the first few days when your milk comes in, it's important we have the milk shifting through to getting engorged, which is a lot of swelling and inflammation in the breast, blocked ducts. If we don't get the blocked duct moving or the milk moving along, then we can move into some inflammatory mastitis, which can change and move into infective mastitis as well. Inflammation is caused by the milk backing up in the breast and not we're not shifting it well.
Okay, so how we treat mastitis. There's a lot of conflicting information out there, and I think that's just because the treatment and prevention protocol has been updated, and this just goes over everything you need to know. The mum in this photo, this is one of our lovely Te Rito Ora mums who's let us use her photo. So she noticed that after baby cluster feeds, and babies will cluster feed when they're having a growth spurt, so week 3, week 6, week 12, you notice about 24 hours of baby feeding. They can feed up to 18 times in 24 hours during a cluster feed growth spurt, which of course increases your supply. In the days following, this mum notices a bit of hardness on her breast. So she's been using the updated treatment protocols and it has never developed into mastitis. So the treatment works.
Nice. So what is the treatment? And it has changed quite a bit from what we used to suggest. So, you know, often that's why it's conflicting, because we're suggesting this, your midwife possibly, your mum, grandma, auntie, are suggesting some things that are a bit conflicting with this. So feel free to take a screenshot of this so that you've got this already. What we know about is that I've talked about it being inflammation. So if you think about when you sprain your ankle, you get swelling and inflammation in your ankle. And so the treatment is what you see on your screen here. So no massage. Massaging increases inflammation, so we want to stay away from massage, which is something you may be advised regularly, and we go with cold and ice packs, but we're going to go through the treatment step by step in the next few slides. So feel free to take a screenshot if you want. A significant amount or percentage through the research showed us that if we get onto it like the screen before with the treatment of the updated protocol, that it won't develop into infective mastitis, so you don't need antibiotics.
Okay, so let's break this down. The B stands for breastfeed to Q, and what this means is what we call physiological feeding. So just feed as you normally would. It is no longer, oh, that went too fast. It is no longer the right thing to do to overfeed or to overpump. We know that that can increase your supply when you are draining your breast more than you normally would, and that can put you at risk of mastitis.
Okay, so rest, the R stands for rest and use ice packs. So like I said, with the swollen ankle, we want to put ice cold on that breast, on those red areas. So lying down with the ice pack on for roughly 20 minutes, whatever you can manage, but if it's 10 minutes, better than nothing. Put the ice pack inside your bra, but it needs to be icy cold. So you can use ice packs, you can use a packet of frozen veggies and throw them back in the freezer in between, use them again the next hour or two. You can use ice packs like in this picture. You can get cold cloths, face cloths, little small cloths, wet them, squeeze out the water and put them in the freezer and leave them there for half an hour, and they're nice, cold, crispy, and you can put that on your breast, whatever you've got available in your house. You don't have to go out and buy ice packs if you don't have them. The point is icy cold and regular in between each feed, or more often if you can. 20 minutes on every hour or two in between feeds or pumping.
So think about mastitis like inflammation, like a swollen ankle. What would you do if you sprained your ankle? You would elevate it. And so we do the same thing with our breasts. And we elevate our breasts by lying down on our backs. In an ideal world, we would be able to do this for 20 minutes with a cold pack around it. But look, we do know that it's not always possible to get a full 20 minutes of lying down on your back. Perhaps you're busy with baby and a toddler, or just life in general. So just do what you can. But lying down, as much as you can. If that's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it's still going to count.
And because it's inflammation, anti-inflammatories will help. So non-steroidal anti-inflammatories like brufen, ibuprofen, a good pain relief, but also help with the inflammation. Check with your midwife or GP that anti-inflammatories are okay for you. There's some people that can't take them. If you normally take them, then start taking them. Otherwise, discuss with your midwife or GP. Lymphatic drainage, it's this little post here that we send out to mums we text it out because it's quite self-explanatory. Lymphatic drainage is a technique that is used not just for breast or just for mastitis. And what we're doing, if you can imagine, we've got this swollen, inflamed breast, just like the ankle. We're elevating it as much as we can. We're putting ice cold on it. With inflammation comes swelling. We're reducing the swelling, which takes, if you picture your milk ducts inside your breast, like little tubes wriggling around your breast, that's delivering the milk to baby. But if the tissue around those milk ducts swollen, the ducts are getting squashed and pressured, and it's harder for the milk to flow. So by elevating cold compresses, we're helping to reduce that swelling away from the breast. And then this technique, lymphatic drainage, just helps your body to shift that fluid and get rid of it through your lymph system. So while you're lying down and doing your 20 minutes of cold, at the end of the 20 minutes, say 15 minutes in, 10 minutes in, start doing the 10 little circles up in your collarbone there where it shows on the picture, up under your arm where it's showing, and then it's very light massage, or not really massage, light touch away from the nipple, just like this, and that's just enacting your lymph system, like we said, to get cracking and move away some of that fluid that you've drained. So it's not massage. Massage increases inflammation and blood flow.
Letter T, talk to your midwife or get support from your local breastfeeding service. So this is really important because we want to make sure that you've got a good latch and that baby's able to effectively drain the breast. Of course, we talked about hardness and things being blocked ducts, so we just want to make sure that someone can come in and watch a feed just to see how things are going afterwards, to make sure that we can reduce this happening to you again. A brief mention of our social media. So we've got heaps of advice, including the updated mastitis guidelines on there. This talk will also be uploaded to our YouTube channel and available directly from Breastfeeding NZ. We'll flip it through to the ladies there. And if you are on Facebook, assuming you are, because you probably came from there, join our Facebook group as well. We've been updating the page for maybe 5 years now, so there's heaps of information on our search bar.
Grab your phones and have a look now, and we're on Instagram as well, so give us a like so you start seeing our stuff. Okay, so we'll stop the recording here. I was just going to say, we didn't talk too much about draining that breast well as a good latch on that. Do you want to go back to that video?
Oh, sure.
Is that too hard?
No, that's all good. So hey guys, we had a little video. Let's see. Up here that just showed a really good feed. And actually this is the same baby as the red breast, isn't it? This is available on our YouTube and on our Facebook. See that really good feed, how close the baby is to the mum. Oh, it keeps doing that with the slide. It's the issue. Just, I guess checking to make sure that you do have that really good deep latch. Even if someone's looked before and said it's good, get another opinion because we want to make sure that baby can really effectively drain that breast.
So making sure that we're draining the breast, we're not overfeeding, but we're draining the breast well, so that we're avoiding some of this on that continuum, blocked ducts, etc.
And I guess that's because sometimes this can be the result of a bit of a shallow latch. So checking there first, especially if this is a reoccurring thing for you. But I'll stop the recording here.